right? I'll stop my camera to start with when I finish my series. I'll put it on.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Oh,
We should be live now on the YouTube. I don't know exactly how many people are going to make it over here. I'll go ahead and tweet it out right now since we don't have that many people.
1 million people. Yeah, my camera is off, so I cannot do the thing with the bald guy with the finger. 1 million. But yeah, they should be 1 million viewers now. Just about.
I'm waiting for the first person to say something in the chat. I think I forgot to set up my chat thing like I did on the
Yeah, you
game
haven't
day.
sent me the chat. Oh, did you? Oh, you
No,
have.
I did.
Okay.
I sent you the chat. I mean, I forgot to set up the thing so I could put their chats on the um, screen.
Gotcha. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Yay,
Nothing.
there is one guy,
Just
Steve 82.
just me, so let
Well,
me go over here. We're still waiting for our first viewers to join us, so we will wait a moment
oh, that's the thing
before
now. We
we.
wait for people to show.
Well, before we get into the serious content, we might as well wait a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't know if Walking Keys and them are still live. If so, we're probably not going to get
Uh,
anything.
oh, maybe some hardcore fan will show up.
Yeah, because they're giving away midnight potions and Matt's giving away a legendary pack.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if they're still live. Yeah, they are
Ready
still
for
live.
Splinterverse now, Keith.
And
Like,
then,
no,
then our show will be even shorter than 1 hour.
Yeah. It's just him and Dave. So Matt took off. So maybe they'll be ending soon. But Dave, he'll talk for a while. Um,
Yes, we have him on the show, and I loved it.
yeah, it was pretty good. If Matt's doing the circuit again, maybe we'll have to hit him up for a day to join again.
Yeah, he'd gladly. Well,
Birds, Bees, and Trees and People's Guild are over on Twitch watching.
oh wow,
And apparently, happy birthday has been thrown out to you.
you.
So you too, I think.
Oh,
So
I was 10 days ago ish.
yeah, okay. So you were 10 days ago. I was 5 days ago. But we do have a couple people
No, no,
watching
I'm
over on Twitch.
April 26th is
Uh,
my. But yeah,
yeah, guys,
turned out.
we're expecting maybe an influx of a couple viewers to come once Walking Keys and Dave finish up. We didn't get to watch the full post. I have some music. I know where it's coming from.
Yes, you're right. It's coming from there.
I was like, why am I hearing music?
Or you can just mute the tab.
Oops, I just shrunk me right off of the thing trying to move me.
Uh, so yeah, turned out both of us are Tauruses. Go figure.
Yes. I don't know much about the astrological sign, so I don't know if Tauruses are supposed to get along or not.
Oh, what I'm saying is like, I mean, that at least being the same sign should probably have similar opinions, which is not the case.
Yeah, not
But
always the
yeah,
case.
but
I
yeah,
mean,
there is a lot more in astrology than your sun sign. There is the moon, there is the ascendant. So I got learned that a little bit in the last several months.
do you have any idea where we can find the burn list? Because
The
I
what?
couldn't find it. Like, I could have swore that you used to be able to go to the rich list and it had the accounts and how much they burned.
I'm
But
I'm
then
sure I'm sure that Jankos will tell you.
No, I don't think Jangles knows, and I don't know if he's still watching on Twitch or not. But if Birdseas and Trees or Jangles knows, they could let me know because I was trying to see if in my burnathon, if I moved on to that list at all, burning a little over 250,000 SPS on that.
Yeah, it's a thing nowadays.
Yup. It's an interesting play because when you look at it, I didn't really pump the price of SPS, which is unfortunate because I bought a, you know, if I pull up the sheet, da da da. We can talk about this a little bit. Just I was so tired by the time I was done doing it that I didn't really analyze it at all. You know, I had been streaming for so many hours. But I mean, if we created two thousand, what is that,
Million.
$2,500 worth of buying
Oh,
pressure basically
yeah.
on the token. I guess that's not that much.
No, it's
But
not.
I was thinking in my head, you know, like when Bulldog did his, if he did 3 million, you know, then that would be what, like a 12x on this. So it'd be like $30,000 worth of buying pressure, which I guess again isn't that much, but it's a very interesting thing that you can start off with what you know was about 12,000 SPS, which is what $120.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to burn it to nothing, you can put $2,500 worth of buying pressure on the token for $120. It's an interesting little challenge to people. Everybody want to burn 120 bucks to nothing, and you'll maybe be able to pump SPS to ungodly levels if a whole bunch of people did
Uh,
it.
see, that's a new challenge then.
Could be, could be. Taking a quick look at the pre-sale board, we are up to 155,000 packs, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
If
it's
we
almost
do,
million and 200,000, 1.2
yeah,
million.
and you know we had certainly Matt said he's going to buy a lot more packs. He did say because he doesn't want to be top six that he's going to do his next buy probably on an alt account because he doesn't really. He's hoping that he gets knocked out of this position.
Uh,
So
he probably will.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens as we reach the tail end of this and where these buys go. I know Jamie
Yeah,
Conclyon are even in the last set for Rebellion, there was some last couple hour buys. I know AJ's sitting on still a lot of money to bring into this buy. They just don't want to do it now because they want to do it when the other big buys start coming in to push them out to
yeah,
make sure
and
they
that's what I'm
stay in.
saying. That's what I'm saying is I don't think they will risk being at fifth. I don't think they will risk for the last moment because yeah, the seventh is like very close. Like it's like what, like 7 million?
Yeah. So we need 779,860 midnight potions. Um
What?
let's go over here. Let's go to the rich list. And at the bottom here is midnight potions. So we got Cryptomancer holding about 10,000. Our total balance right now is 144,000. I'm ranked 37th, holding 973 of these bad boys. So there are enough packs currently sold to need 779,000, and we've only created 144,000 potions. This is starting to make me think that we could actually see the potion price kind of pump. What do you think?
Oh, that's why I'm not selling any now. I think not only that, I think also people start realizing that there are not enough resources also.
Yeah, like I'm doing pretty good on my production now. I was able to get some more grain and wood and stuff on to where these negatives are I can make them up with the stone that I'm producing finally. I do have to sell some of the stone occasionally for iron and wood, but I was able to get my wood production and grain production up a little bit. And pretty my iron, I actually might be able to make this one not red soon. But it's been allowing me to do a lot more cleaning. Doing some of the boring stuff before
A
our
lot of more
crowd
what?
comes in. A lot more claiming. I had to kind of slow down for a little while because they messed. Like well, what I've done is my grain number is finally starting to stay the same. I had almost 8 million, and it whittled down to 5.5, and now
How
it's kind
many
of staying at 5.5.
how many potions you said you have?
973, and then we'll do another little. I haven't made them in about a day, so we'll
Yeah, I
see
have
how much I can make.
240.
So we'll do all those claims. We'll claim this one, and I'll claim my SPS if it's green. I don't know if it's green or not. After that claim, yeah, I had enough. And then what I just have to do, I'm going to move us back over here until we start talking about the cards because all the buttons are on the left here. We got to go all the way back here, go to the trade hub, and then this is just what I do. So, I have 190,000 stone extra after doing all my claims. So, I'll do 25,000 into grain. I'll do another probably about 20,000 into wood. I don't ever like to I just do kind of light numbers, always make sure I still have over 100,000 stone. That way if for some reason I mess up really bad, I just I'll have the stone. And then also, I'm starting to take a tiny bit of profit with my land. I've been putting a lot of money into land. So then after I do that, I do this, and just like 20,000. It's only like $2-3 at a time, but I'm able to do this. I'm kind of doing this with the hopes that I build up the DEC to turn on more land eventually, but. Oh yeah, yeah. If it did Bojangles, that would be much better for sure. Do you know if Dave and Walking Keys finally went gone for the night, or are they still talking? Because that's kind of a where I think everybody is. We're going back to we're gonna have to go back to battling with Walking Keys for viewers, baby.
Yeah.
That was our old problem. When they ran late, our show would be all empty for the first hour.
Well,
Okay.
at least now at least now he's by himself.
Yeah, I heard Gank will come back, but
Oh yeah?
not till later. That's what he's been saying. That Gank's just really busy, and he'll come back. He's planning on coming back and doing some shows. I just don't think Gank is going to be like an every week type of thing. All right, how
Yeah, I
much
haven't
more can
seen
I
him
make?
talk anywhere on Discord at all. Like,
Yeah, apparently he didn't sell his assets. He still has his stuff. He's liked the changes that have come to land, from what I understand, from what I was told. Oh, thanks, Red. Red, thank you there. Thank you, smashing the like for us. Oh, geez, we're all just kind of hanging out on our normal Tuesday night and just waiting for people to show up, and a few people are coming in now. All right, so now my current balance of midnight potions. If I go to the rich list again, let's do a little refresh here. Did I jump up from 37th? Let's see. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Midnight potions. Ooh, I'm
oh
at
no, you did the wrong
29.
thing.
I went to some kind of packs. Yeah, but I'm up to 29 with 1,072. For my current counts, let's see. I have. How many packs do I have? Open. So I have 240 plus 160. I only need 2,000 potions. So I'll get there for mine and I'll have a little bit of extra to sell. But it's going to be definitely interesting to see what happens with that potion price. Because, there's just clearly going to be a shortfall of midnight potions on day one. Um,
Yeah, I mean, as I said, when I saw how cheap people were willing to let them go, I was like, yeah, I'm not selling anything. I'm keeping it for later because maybe there'll be not enough later.
yeah, day one, when we were first making them, I used some time crystals and I sold my first couple potions I made for like 20 cents. Or no, even 25 cents. Like 10 of them for 25 cents, and Jarvie bought them. And then
Uh-huh.
they went down a little bit, and I sold like another 10 for 17 cents. And then when it got down to here, I did one more listing of like 10 potions at like 9 cents. And then now I'm like, I think I'm just going to hold off. Because all of a sudden there was some pretty big sell orders. Like, see here, like 200, 894 from Freedom Fighter. So I'm gonna let some of those people selling these bigger amounts for cheap. Hopefully, interesting to see Jarv on here selling them for 11 cents. But
Uh,
yeah, Jack, what we were kind of showing earlier before you guys got in here. So I'll go back to it and we'll just go over it once again really quick now that some people are here. So if you go to the shop for Conclave. So the Conclave sale's not done yet, right? We still have 4 days. We still are going to have some jockeying for position on the leaderboard. So there's going to be more packs sold. I think everybody would agree with that, right? So there will be more than this many packs sold. But this is how many packs we have sold currently, right? So
how many days are left?
four, four and change.
Oh, so it will hit soon.
Yeah, it's going to start heating up relatively soon. Oops, I accidentally hit that. But if you go here and you do the current number of packs that have been sold times 5 for the amount of cards, you got 77960, right? We have 4 days
Mhm.
left to make potions, and then you go to the potions page and we're only at 144,000 potions. So if we're only at 144,000 potions, I know this is too hard for you guys to see, but it's 144K, and we need this many, and let's we're more. I think we've been making potions for more than half the time that we compared to what we have left with 4 days. I think we've already been making them for longer than that. So that means this number isn't even necessarily going to double. But it could, let's say, go up by a little bit more than doubling. There could be guys just, farming their aura potions and not making the midnight potions. There could be people who are turning on more land, and it's gonna come on in the next day or two. But I mean, you see the big names on here: the Lorcas, the Cryptomancers, with the Vutkist with like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. I mean, I don't know how many packs those guys are opening if they have enough, but there's clearly not going to be enough. Um, that this is another reason why I went legendary potions. I wanted to have my enough midnight potions to open up all of my packs. Now, I am debating I might only open 100 of my legendary packs of my 160, depending on where I'm at in my collection at that point and how many gold foils I've pulled, and if I've been lucky enough to pull any arcane legendaries or even black foil legendaries, I should say. I'm not really expecting an arcane. The hand has returned. She came for the pre-show there on Twitch. But
Oh,
having those packs will allow me to open more with my midnight chances. You want to add anything, baby?
well, no. I mean, as I said, I've been stashing
Hi.
mine away, and you're not probably counting that a lot of people on regular packs may go without potions because they're regular packs. But then, yeah, I we don't know. But as I was saying, I think both the potions and the resources at some point will be scarce, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they will. Um, it's going to be an interesting play. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with these. I don't know what people are willing to play. Especially, you're right. If you're opening a $1 pack, I mean,
No,
not a
well,
one. I'm not a $1 pack, a $4 pack. How
yeah.
much are you willing to pay for potions for a better chance to get a black foil card? Um, but then again, if you're opening 100 of those packs, doubling up those chances could net you some, and that's where you have to get into the percentages, right? Like
Yep.
at a certain point, the percentages say that you should get a black foil card if you open enough packs and you have that double percentages. And that's where I think people will start to want these.
Well, you
So
basically can
so
open one pack and open a black foil, so double the percentage is always better than single the percentage.
yeah, it'll be definitely interesting. But if we only have maybe 400,000 potions made, and at the end of the sale, maybe we have 1 million cards, like 1 million potions needed, and you only have roughly 40% of the cards you need. That's going to be pretty wild. It's going to be pretty substantial. But now we can start the other part of the show over here on the Mav server. Let's look at the cards, guys. So the Mav server has all the cards now, so we can look at them in their entirety. We can also, if we want, look at them one team at a time. Should I add in
Yeah,
the
you could.
rebellion cards, or do we want to just look at chaos?
Well, since you had the chance to play around with them and you're aware of stuff, maybe add and then you can share some of the, you know, synchronies that you've discovered, stuff that works really well and stuff like that.
Okay,
Maybe outline some rebellion cards that are kind of
I'm going
a
to
good
start with this,
fit.
guys. Remember that force field is gone, and with force field being gone, this guy's a problem. Venka is already kind of a problem, but there are a lot more ways now to make Venka immune to thorns. So he doesn't care if you play tofu. He's still just going to trample over your whole team. Um, it's pretty. It's pretty disgusting to see. But there's a lot more. What's that ability called? It's If I go down here, uh, let's see, foil. Oh, they don't have abilities, huh? Dual element, multi attacks in the filters. Oh no, it's up here. Um, it's ah, this one, deflection shroud. So you only had Fizbo before, right?
Yeah,
Now you're getting
and,
right
and
here.
that if you bought him because he was some kind of a promo card.
Yeah, he was a promo card. He was pretty expensive. You didn't have to get him to very high level to get the deflection shield, which was nice. I know
Yeah, I didn't.
I only have him at level 2 to have deflection shield because I was running a little low on fees by the time we funds. I mean, by the
That's
time he
mine.
came out.
So, but yeah,
and
Oh,
um,
legendary, yeah, too,
and then
probably.
Death is getting a couple of them. Now this one's epic. This one's just a rare though, so
Yeah,
this guy will be in standard packs. It'll be a lot easier to get,
and he
and he
has also
has
the beautiful thing that that team has the mass healing.
yeah it's a Nether corrupted healing team card for Death, and then it's a Rust card. So this one works really well with Venka, right? So you put Venka on the board, you're removing, you get a Rust, and you give Venka shield, deflection shield, and now Venka could just mow people down. So look out for Venka plays. What? Why is Venka so crazy? I mean, why am I pointing this out the most? Right? It's because of now. Given this can't combo quite as well. Um, or wait, let me see
It's
here.
there in the middle of the last row, four
Yeah,
mana.
because Venka's going to be enraged because Venka's an orc. So I wanted to see if I could bring up all the orcs. Let's see if I could do that. Yeah, bloodline orc. Sorry. Okay. So is there? I forget. Maybe there isn't a deflection shield on the orc team.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I don't see one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you do have to play Venka without the play for Venka with the reflection shield is actually doing this. It's not. It's the orc. It's not the orc team. There is an orc team play though. So you play him, and then you self hurt yourself with a card that can do self damage, and the little card. And you have to remember, um, because it's a blue summoner, you get all blue cards. This used to be super broken, but they did weaken it a
Which
lot.
one?
Um, do. Let me reset my filters. Let me go Conclave and Rebellion. And let me go not rare. Water. So the this guy. So he has electrified. He only costs 2, and even though he's a gnome, he's blue. So you play Venka to give him enraged, and then you play the water diviner to make it so that Venka gets enraged when he does the electrified. So on turn 2, even if nobody targets your Venka, because usually your Venka is going to be in a position where he won't get targeted,
Hmm?
this guy's going to pop off all of the orcs on your team into their enraged mode.
Uh,
So it's almost an auto play. And when Venka attacks with 14 mana, it's pretty wild.
14
I
melee.
mean 14 melee, not mana. And there's no force field, right? So that
And
damage
it's with piercing. And it's with
uh,
piercing.
yeah, it's piercing. So the only thing you can do is have a shielded unit in the front, and that unit's still going to take 7. And also, shielded units are a little bit more rare too.
Oh,
They're not gone by any mark. They're out here, but I mean, here they are, right? This guy's kind of little. This is an interesting card for the new set. He's actually a lot better than I think some people give him credit for, and he's just a rewards card, right? You got this guy too. He's pretty important to have because look, the only green card was shield. Um, Bera is here, so she's definitely an interesting counter. Going to be a lot more playable. Obviously, Manaroth is still here. Grim Bardoon, but you don't want him versus Venka. And
so
then you get this new legendary turtle. I mean, the
hippo. Hippo.
the
Hippo.
hippo people, the Uld, I guess, or I don't know how to pronounce that, but So it's going to be definitely interesting. Also, the Dwarven Fighter isn't a bad card to get right now, as a shielded tank for every single team, with the deflection shield and the cursive ward. I know I was buying this card to get it to max level because of of the fact that I noticed that like shield big attacks are a problem, and there's very little cards that have a lot of survivability in them that are going to the next set, right? There's no inevitable here. There's just like a lot of stuff that is not here. And then the other play with him, if we look, so in Spire cards. So right here, you've got a gnome. We got a dwarf, a djinn, a human, a fiend, and an elf. So one of the plays is obviously you do Venka on a green team, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's with tofu, so you get white and green. You put Venka on the board. You play this Inspire, and you play this Inspire, and if you have enough mana, you play this Inspire. So now your Venka's attacking for 10. So,
So wait, it's
and
coming out on the green. Okay.
because it's white green, right? So
Yeah.
you're playing these two. You can play these ones on the white. You're always going to play this one. This one is like a
Yeah.
new default card to play if you're going to play your Venka play, because you get the one Inspire. It only costs 3, and so the two of them only cost 10. They can always go together, and then you get in the one little boost on Venka. Then if you play it with Tofu, you can. What a lot of people are doing is they're putting the Scavenge on Venka, and then they're playing the green card with the divine shield on him. So you're getting his attack upwards of 8 or 9 if you're able to play one of these two cards with this one. 10 if you're in a real big mana match, and then you're putting a divine shield on him, and then he can just mow through everything. Yeah. So that's definitely one of the plays that was out there. The gnome team is just insane. It's going to be interesting. How do you look at the teams?
Well, I mean, you could select the gnome praise.
Yeah, but then you don't get to see all the black cards that are with it. That's the problem,
What do you mean
right?
black cards?
Well, because the gnome summoner is black. So he gets all the black cards and he gets all the gnomes. So I'm trying to see if there was a way I could filter it. Because if I filter gnomes, it's going to eliminate all the death cards, right? Because if I go to death, right, and so the gnome summoner. Um, Sorry, everything looks different on here. Is this
Yeah,
the new thing
I
we're gonna
noticed a little
have?
bit. I noticed a little
Yeah.
bit before the start
Sorry,
of
I'm
the
I'm
show.
lear- I'm learning the new symbols, guys. Okay, so the gnome here at close range for everyone is cooler than you think it's gonna be. The Bloodline Dominion is Painforge, right? So this guy is wild, and the reason for it is because of this little gnome.
Weapon trainer.
So it's a weapons trainer with a 2/1, and it's a gnome, right?
Uh-huh.
So you play him, and then so now they all have you have these options. You have this one. Oh wait, let me take death off. So you get the scout. The normal play is going to be scout with lucky shot, right? So scout, lucky shot, and this one right here too. Or sometimes in some variations, you might want to throw this guy on the board. He's a very interesting play himself. He is definitely a very cool non-attack card, but you can see right here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, 7 mana. You're going to put 3 guys on the board that are going to attack for 3 each. So you get 9 damage out of 7 mana. Then what you can do, and then all 3 of them are going to have Pain Forge. So now you just need to find a way to hurt yourself with the team. And look who's here. Good old Water Diviner. So then when Water Diviner electrifies this lineup, this is going to go to 3 and that's going to go to 2. And hers is going to go to 3, 2. And hers is going to go to 3, 2. And then when he electrifies them again, and look who else is here. You don't mind that they're getting electrified because your corrupted healer is here. You can even protect a couple of them, pick one and protect them from getting some bounce back damage. I mean, the stuff gnomes can do in like mid to lower mana matches is absolutely absurd. Absurd. And there you still have some other cards in the black team that you can add into here, but unfortunately there's no way to show them without taking the gnome moniker off. But yeah, you get those. You know, at the same time, the black team just has some utterly ridiculous cards in here. I know they have their Rebellion legendary guy where is he? Let's put on legendaries for a second so I can find him. This guy. So this guy has Reckless. This is another play that you could do to hurt your team. And then he has also an ability that's pretty wild, Final Rest. So Final Rest turns off all those death animations that are in the game because there are some wild death animations in the game. The Impede is cool, the backfires, whatever, but he's got an Affliction card. But he only costs 6, he does 5. He's a very important card for the team because having Final Rest is going to be huge because of all the cards now that are going to be front and center, such as, there's the Eloise. I don't see her as much. You don't really see her unless you play near the top of the game anyways. But a guy that is going to haunt us. He's just going to haunt us. It's going to be... You're going to hate this card so bad if you don't have this card. Go ahead and put Legendary back on. This guy. So Greybrow is just on another level of annoying. So he has Spite, so when he's defeated, he has a 100% chance to do a counterattack. He has Thorns. He has Resurgence, so he brings himself back to life fully. He bounces back Magic, and he has Piercing. This card is super annoying. He used to be even more annoying because he only cost 6, but he was so annoying that we did get his mana moved up a little bit. But Resurgence you can cancel out with the gnome with the death team's move. So and Resurgence and Resurrects, right? Resurgence. Let's see, how many Resurgence are there in the game? So there's these two guys that have Resurgence. Actually, I think I can do a couple. We got and then these people that can do Resurrect. Then you have... Let's see, does anybody else... We have this one right here that has Spite for the counterattack. What other death abilities are there in the game? What is Eloise's called? Hers is different, right? I forget what her. Oh well. I don't think it. Is there any last stands? It wouldn't count her a last stand. Oh, but that brought her up. I don't know why. That was weird. Oh no, she does have spite as well. I'm just blind. She was on. She was probably behind us, right? But it wouldn't counter a last stand. It only counters the death abilities. Another card. This is probably going to be one of the more valuable cards in the set. If we go to back to water, I think she's a legendary card. Yes, I think everybody knows Jaraka the Rhine here with the phase ward. So at the start of the battle, unit in front of this unit gets phase. Why is this such a ridiculous thing? I know you know, Bebe, right? So you're gonna do cryptic for the blind and the speed down. You're gonna play Jakarta here, and then no, stay on water. Take off legendary. I hope you have your Commander Slade leveled up because now he'll have dodge with backfire, with 6 speed, a blind on the board, and he will have phase so that he can dodge magic. Um, Alex, if the summoner is a human, can it use all humans? I don't think there's a human summoner. Is there? Who's the human summoner? Let's take it off water. Let's see if we can find them. Or Archon. I have to start saying the word Archon. Lorcus is a human, but no, they have to have Bloodline Dominion. See, Alex, you have to have the Bloodline Dominion to be able to summon the additional type that you are. So I don't think there's a human summoner with Bloodline Dominion. There is this guy at one time on the test server said he was human, but that was a mistake. He's a Drathsaken, and he has Bloodline Dominion, so he'll be able to summon all the Drathsaken. How many units even have that? Let's see. Bloodline DR Draxothan. It's kind of silly. He'd be able to summon all of these units anyways, right? They're all just dragons.
Hmm?
So I guess he gives all dragons +1 speed is what he ends up doing though. So Archons are the new names of the summoners. Alex, they did this because they're trying to in the new marketing to push it that you are the summoner, right? I am the summoner. You are the summoner. Bebe is the summoner. We are the summoners summoning even the what used to be summoner, now called Archon, and the Archon is the person who gives us access, who helps gives us access to the other units we summon, and helps buff them and stuff. It is a little bit weird to think, but that is kind of where it's going to go. We haven't really talked about the elf summoner. The elves are pretty good. I will have to say that they're solid. I just don't think she's going to get as much play because you still have Tofu in green. But for little mana, I mean, execute for your whole team is definitely something that's kind of interesting. She's a -1 magic team, and the elf cards. If we get off the archons, so she gets access to. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing. We're gonna have to ask them if they can get us a view that lets you look at all cards a summoner would be able to summon. That are I need to limit my card set here. So she'll be able to pull Thanora into a lineup. She'll be able to pull in. She's green, so all these green cards normally we can bring over the torch muted on. You can bring in this dragon card. This one is definitely an interesting one. Obviously, this card is neutral, so it's kind of funny that it's an elf. But I guess I wonder if in a no neutral rule set she would be gone. You're able to pull in these two guys, so there is some interesting plays here. The Let's see, she already has execute, so I mean it's kind of I guess it's kind of imagining like you can have this mage here with an execute. You can have a sneak monster who's got a good attack with now having an execute on it. You can have you know all of these magic attacks. There's a decent amount of them. Oh, this card is pretty cool too. This is another rebirth card. That's the one I wasn't looking up. I did resurgence and resurrect. I didn't do rebirth. You know what, Elmo? Can you drop that again to Fizz? Let me go to my Discord and see. Chatty to Fizz, ElmoBurns.com. Let's check it out. Let's see if I made it on the list, guys. ElmoBurns.com. I went to the site. I didn't really look around it though. SPS burned. Where's the list? Nope, that didn't do anything. See, I see. Like when I was looking on here, I saw like the list for the people who have burned using his website. I didn't see the SPS burned because of like in total. Bottom right. Oh, why is shop here at number 1 6? I don't understand. That only looks like 62,000. Am I? Is that not? Is that 62 million? Okay, yeah, those must. Even though those are dots, they must be commas. Then they're just so small. This is kind of okay. So yeah, because there's Bulldog. He's up to 3 million burned. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should be on this list somewhere. See Dragon. Wait, if this is 200,000 for Rosanna, how come I don't see my name? I knew I burned 250,000 SPS. So I should be right around here. Because I've done some burns in the past.
Hmm? But that's not showing.
Yeah, it's not showing me. So I wonder how accurate this is, or if it's if for some reason I'm blacklisted from his list.
But it doesn't make sense that you.
Yeah, okay, he's using dots instead of commas. That's confusing. I'm number 25. Oh, I'm just blind.
Eh,
You know what? I just didn't realize that I had burned so much before I did my burnathon. So that means I had already burned 130,000.
Well done.
Yeah, okay. There I am. I'm number 25. See, I was looking too far down. And anybody who doesn't know, I still have burning to do because I said I would burn 5,000 SPS of my own money, but since I had to stop, what I did is I did a post and I'm going to add my HBD payout from this into the restart of the burning. Not very big so far. It's only at 755. I only get half of that. Only half of that is an HBD. So far we're only adding about $1.25. But we'll add a couple bucks in, and then we'll burn the rest of it, and then any donations that come in on that next burnathon. But I'm not going to do that next burnathon probably until the weekend after next weekend, because this weekend is Mother's Day, and I'm going to be too busy. So it'll be sometime after that we do the SPS burnathon part 2. and
To be continued.
Yeah, it'll be to continued. I think like with what I have left, I probably can burn another 50 or 60,000. It'll be interesting. Did you guys catch? They asked Matt like what he thinks about the burners, like me and Bulldog, and it's kind of funny because he donated to Bulldog's burn, and he's done a lot of burning too. And he said, there's two kinds of burning, right? There's burning to get DEC to buy stuff. That makes sense, especially when we're at to be completely honest, when you're at this close to peg, burning SPS to get DEC just makes sense. If you're gonna sell it,
I mean,
you
yeah. I don't
you
know if
might
it
as well.
makes sense, but it's not. Yeah, the heat is not as hard.
Well, it's if it wasn't for tribal decks, it would be completely obvious to do, right?
No,
Uh,
only also because there is like the price there was like 5%, I think. What was it? 5%. Like you need to be actually the price to be at 1.005 or something like that.
I guess let's see. How much do you lose? We can do a quick check. So we go to swaps. We go SPS to DEC. So if I was going to get rid of 1,000 SPS, I'd get 9,796 DEC in the swap pool. And if I go here and I convert 1,000 SPS, I get 9,601. So I lose about 200 DEC.
Loser.
A little bit
Hmm.
less than 200, like 195. But when you do this one over here, oops, I closed it down. When you burn
It's
it,
okay.
the SBS is gone. When you sell it, you've now lowered the price of SPS. So it depends. Are you willing to take that little 20-ish cents hit on your transfer in order to help pump the price of SPS? Yeah, but Matt said the other thing is that it's interesting that people in our community are willing to kind of forego future profits and forego current money in order to, in theory, try to help the community push things to the next level. Because
Oh, because they're helping themselves too.
yeah, because you're helping yourself, and but you are being the person. So it's not like purely generous what I'm doing, right, guys? Like when I said, "Hey, I'll burn 5,000 SPS," and then I got 5,000 S from Blaze to bump it up, and I got 2,000 more from Ink, and then I got 250 from Bojangles, and so we were going to burn away that much SPS. Yes, I wasted 5,000 SPS, roughly $50, and Blaze wasted $50, and Bojangles threw in a 20.
But it's
and
not altruistic. Yeah.
no, I mean Ank threw in a 20. Bojangles threw in 250. He said, "Here's 250." and and we threw it all into the fire, in theory, but in a
Good.
way that does more because you can cycle this fire. You can throw the money into the fire, and then a little bit less money pops out.
Convenient, yeah. But but
uh,
but as I was saying, yeah,
Al,
it needs to be a little bit more than a bag.
yeah.
Be
Uh, uh,
fully without charging you, like without losing anything.
Man, could you imagine doing that? 'Cause that's what Bulldog
What?
was doing during his stream. He
What
was
about it?
doing numbers, hundreds of thousands of SPS at a time.
Yeah, I didn't watch the stream. I only heard about it. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know what time it is. And when I figured out, I wasn't able
Yeah,
to watch it.
it was when I was at work, so I couldn't watch it. That's why I did my own because I was gonna be there and I was gonna watch it. I did sub to his channel, and his channel subs on Twitch are what are he's doing the burns on. He even talked about each month that he gets his. He'll do another one maybe every single month, but also I think he wants somebody to pull together a script to do it quicker. Now I know emo. This guy kind of has it, right, Elmo?
Uh-huh.
Like in theory, I think you can give him your SPS and then he does it in the background for you, or he has a script that does it. But I haven't fully looked into this because I don't know if it. Okay, we voluntarily forego 95% of all donations by burning them to reduce the SPS supply. But see, they keep 5%.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
that's why I'm
they.
saying it should be a little bit over bag to be actually, neutral.
No, I know, but I mean, but Elmo keeps 5%.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like, I don't know what his project is that I'm donating 5% to. That's the one reason why I
Well,
wouldn't have
because
wanted to come.
don't take it as a donation, take it as a fee. I mean, the guy's offering the service, he's charging a fee. I mean, aren't we paying now fees and tax on almost everything?
True. I guess if you want to do what I did, guys, like if you want to take some of your SPS and donate it to the gods and have it possibly pump your bag by reducing the supply of SPS and possibly lowering the price of DEC so that you can get your DEC a little cheaper if you need more for land, for
When you
packs,
saying
for anything.
when you were when you were saying gas, do you mean the two of us?
No, I meant the people in the chat. I meant everyone out
No.
there.
No, you
Because,
said to donate them to the gods.
oh. Yeah,
Because yeah,
but
I can give you my
well, because like
in-game money.
if you're not a streamer like me and Bulldog, there's no reason to sit there and do burn buy burn buy burn buy burn buy burn buy burn buy while talking to the crowd, right? It's content. Though I did demonetize because I was playing that music, so the next one I need to make sure I find some AI generated music so that
Unfortunate.
I don't get demonetized. Those people and their songs, they're so picky. I could go back and like cut out the songs that got tagged. There's like only like four of them, but I was like, nobody's really gonna go watch the Burnathon for fun. It wasn't a fun stream. I don't think it has a lot of repeat. Um, um, what the only thing I could imagine is if one day of SPS is $1, that would be an interesting video to go back and watch, right? Oh, hey, birds, bees, and trees. Good to see you. Good to see you. Again, I think we're going to be wrapping things up kind of soon. Let me see. Is there any other things I wanted to talk about? Um, are there any cards that stood out to you, baby, since you've looked at them? Or is there anything you wanted? Let's see. Let's get the elves off the board. And let's get Rebellion off the board temporarily and just look at Conclave. Um, this guy's pretty crazy, right? The epics in the set are just actually pretty good, and it's maybe the one reason why going my route might be a bad thing because these cards could be expensive, and this is going to be the hardest thing for me to max out.
Yeah,
But
but
like
also
so,
the standard part packs basically give you more card. There is higher chance of getting epics.
yes, it's
As
just
counterintuitive.
you just need to open a lot of packs, right?
Yeah, as
These are the
counter.
Conclave cards, bees. They're on the Mav server now, so if you have Mav access, you can look at all of them. Obviously, until they're actually out on the server, these things could change. I mean, from this set, you got to like a Magic Stun with Pain Forge on it. So this is a very interesting card because this magic damage can get big. This guy is actually absolutely mind-boggling for the fire
Which was
team.
the first one that you were saying?
The Jin. So
Oh,
he
because of the pay
combos.
forge.
Yeah, he has Pain Forge, so these two combo together pretty well because he
Okay.
has Incendiary. So when he burns the Jin for one, this magic damage goes up to three. And then when he burns him again, it goes up to four. When he burns him again, it goes up to five. And he'd still have 3 HP left. So as long as he's not being sniped or like targeted by something, he's going to get to attack. On his last turn, he'll be swinging for 8 magic before he burned to death. But I think actually this and he wouldn't burn to death because this guy would burn himself to death before he would burn the Jin all the way. Given I don't know if this guy's really going to live through all his incendiaries, but he might. Um,
But
because
now I'm
this,
thinking also if you play him with Lorcus,
yeah, you can play him with Lorcus and you can give people some life leeching. And also, you can obviously look at the other Painforge cards on the team. There's another magic card here. This one, this one has an opportunity. There's
and
this
also
reach. This
actually
guy here.
if if you're healed, that do you still get to keep the buff?
Yes, because
So
the
with
buff.
Lorcus you can with
Yeah, with
Lorcus you can play
Lorcus,
with the corrupted
corrupted
healing
healing.
as well.
Yeah, well, they have their own corrupted healer on death now as well.
Oh, they do. Okay.
This guy right here.
Yeah. Oh well.
So you
Then
but
yeah,
the one thing Lorcus is kind of nice of, you can give the corrupted healer life leech because the
yeah.
only unit that they don't heal is themselves, and you can give one important unit life leech. Like
Like the one that you mentioned, the first guy.
yeah, the dwarf. That way he has the chance to keep himself from, because the one bad part about corrupted healing, right, is that it lowers their HP, so eventually it's going to kill him. Yeah, the epics are some of the best cards in the game, but the legendaries are pretty strong too. Like don't Ordum is pretty ridiculous. Like think about the lineup. So you play Ordum, you put the draft behind him. He has Shield Ward, so now you have a Shield Ward guy. Then you put the Blazebeard on the board as well. So now you got this kind of crazy bloodlusting extra 5 damage coming in because he's on the board with the Pain Forge here. This guy's going to be an awesome secondary tank once this guy gets up to the front. And then you start filling it in with a corrupted healer, another Pain Forge mage that's attacking the front position, and you know, obviously you'll have your rebellion cards to fit in. It's a very, very strong lineup on the fire team. Um, with these cards. So, and also obviously some of these, like him, he's a dwarf. So if you play the dwarf summoner, you're still going to have access to all of these other fire cards plus the other dwarfs that are in the system.
Yeah.
So, is there any other? I don't think there's any new dwarfs on that team. Oh, here's one. So this guy you could throw on the team if you wanted him. Kind of an interesting card. I do remember playing the dwarf summoner a couple times. This guy's ridiculous though. You seen this guy?
Uh,
So he's an opportunity, 4 cost, 4 damage, ambush card. So he attacks early. He has a redemption. He has a bloodline tribute. So when he dies, he gives +1 to every one of the other gnomes. So he's the other
nice.
card. He's the other card that you play with that with the with her. because then you've weapon trained everybody, and then when he dies, he'll buff them. But he won't buff their attacks, but he'll buff their armor, health, and speed. He'll only buff the attacks of the other people with melee damage. So he's gonna
Oh,
so
like the guy with chairs that you mentioned in the beginning.
yeah, like the guy with charge. But I don't know how they would be played together. He's a gnome. This guy's a dwarf.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It's like I was thinking in my head. I'm like, I guess, but no, wait, no, because he's not. But
Yeah,
this
they
guy,
all small, so to me all the same.
yeah,
All small people.
the dragons are this poison burst guy, this summoner here. This poison burst is very interesting because you got a lot of those cards that can come back to life. Or you could throw like a poison burst on this gnome, run him with death, and run a pretty good lineup, and then have him, you know, dying and doing a redemption and poisoning people. Or you can do it on any of the guys that come back to life. And this is ridiculous that he gets to do this to two creatures.
Mm. Yeah.
It can just be kind of wild. This guy right here as a taunt monster is interesting because there's not that many taunt monsters in the game.
Yeah.
He, the Little People Association is gonna come after you, baby. Um,
It's okay. I
don't
can
don't
handle
forget when
bring them in.
he will actually buff him, so he'll make all of these go up and this go up. So he would also buff him as far as his life, speed, armor, because these guys have the shapeshift ability.
These are the
Same
problem
thing.
ones.
Yeah, these are the two promos. And then this guy has shapeshift too, so he's all bloodlines, and he has a melee attack. So you can throw these guys on the board with that little 4-drop attacking, and he'll be able to bloodline tribute them, and so will any of the other bloodline tribute cards. So let's take a look at those really quick, because you would play these with the promo cards. So let's go to the abilities. Blood line tribute. Yeah. Yeah, so each of these guys, if you play them with the promo card, when they die, they'll up, he has every attack. So like this one right here, definitely interesting, because they'll buff magic and archery and all of his regular attacks. He would buff his melee and all of his regular attacks. He would buff his magic. This would just do magic archer. But so you can play any of these cards. These two in particular with him are interesting, right? Because they have taunts. So they have taunts and they have bloodline tribute, and they can be played with him. Now they can't necessarily both. Is there a blue red summoner? No, right?
No.
So you can't get both of them on the board, but you could get one of them on the board. This guy has taunt. So in theory, if you do the dragon summoner, I think I did a lineup like this against Bojangles once, and it worked pretty well. So you do the dragon summoner with this guy, and then you put the big promo guy on the board. Obviously, it's a big mana match, right? You're bringing out the dragons, but then you have this guy on the board and this guy on the board. You put the poison burst on the two of them because they're taunt monsters, and then everyone's going after them. And when they die, they're getting poisoned. And then when they're dying, they're buffing the crap out of your promo card.
No, a lot of combinations possible. It's gonna be wild. I like wanna see people having at it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. The bloodlines, the things that's going to be crazy is there's going to be like the typical people who want to play the blue team. There's going to be people who don't want to play the blue team because they want to play the orc team. Well, it's mostly blue. What's his name in orc? I don't remember.
Which one?
The Commander Slade.
Which one was Commanders? I,
He's the really fast card. He's going to be one of the. He's the new "you can't hit me" card in the
oh,
game.
the magic
No,
one?
he's human. He's human. Okay.
Oh,
I wasn't
Commander. Oh,
sure if you could. I wasn't sure if you could play him with the Orc Summoner and get him enraged, because then he would be really hard to hit.
uh,
Right now, you're just going to play him. You're going to play him in front of the her, so that he gets phase, and then you're going to play some of the other cards on your team that can speed you up, and then you're going to play Lorcus to give them a blind, and you're just going to hope that nobody can hit him. Um, and then he has the backfire on him. I've definitely seen it work. It is definitely an interesting play. Um, there, let's see. You can't play him. Yeah, Riskel is one of the other people that's really a lot buffer in this set. Mostly just because there isn't a force field anymore, and you can do. Let's see. No, I want
yeah,
to
it's
look
gonna be
at.
wild. I'm thinking they probably will introduce something like force field
I
in
don't think they're
when
going to.
when when things become like crazy. Like maybe something like backfire, but like percentage of the attack that you do, something like that.
Yeah, so obviously there's Rick Lauderman, so you make his archery a 5. He's a lot more ridiculous there. Then you've got these classic guys here, like this like him. You've got this new one. You've got the default green healer now because Goblin Psychic is going away.
Yeah.
You got cards like this one, this one. You got
So
this
now
guy.
the squirrel will be more played, huh?
The squirrel has a lot more play now because you can hit as hard as you want. So when you bring out some of these heavy hitters, the 5 like him, do you know how nice it is to never shoot this into
Yeah.
a stupid ass force field?
Or
Because you're
one shield.
yeah, because you're gonna he has piercing, so a shield isn't so bad.
No, yeah, what I'm saying, like now, yeah, it will be, yeah, without problem, will be hitting through the ranks.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild just because you can play him and you can definitely do some big archery hits. I guess I should add in the neutrals, right? Um, there's
Oh, wow.
him, Delia. You can actually put Delia out there with 5 and know that you're gonna swing
The
twice for 5.
Tortesian, the Tortesian, four mana, five archery becoming
Oh yeah,
six.
right here, this one.
Yeah, and what is the ability?
Yeah. Reckless, so it hurts your adjacent units. So
Well,
does it? Does anybody in this lineup have Pain Forge? Oh, yeah, this little dude's funny. little
huh?
little little poisoned archer that with close range in the 2 attacks. It's definitely an interesting little card.
That's not corrupted healing, right?
No, it's poison burst. So you can like put him out as like a funny little front row tank to die and poison the people who
Like like a mine.
yeah, he's like a little mine, but he's got some survivability, right? He's got 2 armors, 5 life, and he attacks for 3. The thing is, he might miss a decent amount on those attacks, but
And this reverse speed is a pack, and after all, you cannot expect much for two mana cards. So
yeah. I was trying to think. I don't see Pain Forge on these cards. I might be missing it. Does another poison burst. Yeah, so he doesn't really have a Pain Forge play. So if you play this, you're going to have to place it right so that it's not hurting your players too bad. These 2 cards are going to be interesting with to add in with the squirrel
none of the
as well.
promo had Painforge.
No, they both have. So I don't think so. I mean, I only have the archers up. The other promo is a magic attacker.
Yeah,
This
but
one, I
no.
guess, that's orc here is another piercing. It'll be a 4 that you can put up to 5, and it's also relentless strike. So true damage
Oh,
plus 1 damage if the target has void, shield, or force
the
field.
other, the other was relentless or reckless. They're different, right?
Dispel. This is relentless strike. So
No, no,
relentless strike deals. So she deals 4 damage no matter what. You can't
yeah.
make her. And then she gets a +1 damage if you're void, shield, or force fielded. So she's actually there. That would probably be a good card to play
What I'm
every once
saying,
in a
you were
while.
mentioning, you did mention another card in the beginning that we were talking about. So
Which one?
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Never mind. Yeah, clearly I'm kind of stupid. So I mean, I will be kind of leaving you. It's anyway. It's already 9:30 almost, and
Oh yeah, we'll probably just wrap things up. I'm yawning as well.
yeah,
I know it's kind of a slow show tonight, guys, but we didn't really break down all the new cards. Just know that, I went over Venka because Venka is a problem if you're not prepared for the big attacking Venkas that are going to be swinging for 8, 9, 10, 14 damage coming at you on your face on turn 2. You're going to be in trouble. Um, well, that's another reason why the squirrel is good. You might just want to go kill Venka. Even if you
Hmm,
take the 1 damage when he pops, you just need him off the board so that he doesn't melt your team away. Um,
yeah, make him make him frank.
yeah, the game is definitely going to be much, much different. You're going to see it plays faster, people hit harder, combo teams that use inspires, or the orc team that uses enrages, or the gnome team that uses painforge. They're going to be swinging harder than you've seen in your life on turn 2 and 3. You're not going to fully grasp like what the heck just happened. How does he have 3 guys on his team that has a multi attack of 4-3-3, and there's 3 of them sitting back there,
Yeah,
and then they're just swinging for these huge amounts at you, or Venka just swinging for 14 every turn after it gets enraged is one of the craziest things. And there's no easy way to deal with it. You can't taunt it off to a force field. You can taunt it off to like a poison burst, and then like put that in a certain place so that he doesn't get a trample off, um, and then maybe hopefully find a way to go after him. It was funny because a lot of our matches when we played, it was who had the faster Venka. whose Venka went wild first. So the Skinwalker, yeah, I mean the Arcane Skinwalker is definitely a cool looking card. This Inspire with the camouflage and then the shapeshift ability he's gonna get some plays. I kind of wish he was a little bit lower mana, just because both of our promo cards are pretty big, 11 and 8. So they're neither one of them is like if he was 6 mana, maybe take away a shield and an HP, and if you had to a magic damage, I guess, but um, that way you could fit him into more lineups. Because I feel like he's going to get overlooked. Because if you can fit an 8, you can almost fit an 11, right? Maybe
yeah.
a
But
lot of
then again,
people will be playing both of them because
and don't forget that we have not even a clue about the summoners that are coming with the airdrop. So
yeah, the airdrop summoners. Are they going to be double race? Are they going to be double color? Or are we going to go back to single color? I don't know. Double race would be interesting, right? Like an orc summoner that's like orc gnome, or is orc, even if they were like orc human or orc minotaur or something. Um, Maybe orc goblin. just to add a couple extra cards to those lineups, and then had like some kind of double affinity or something. But thanks for hanging out with us, two guys. It was a lot of fun. Just coming, chatting with Bebe, chatting with you guys, looking at the market, talking about the burns, talking about how we don't have enough midnight potions.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, just so just so you guys don't forget about us. I mean, things are will and are trying to get better, and they will get better and will get more like frequent. But for now, you have to bear with us. It is what it is. So, but thank you for
yep.
coming.
Yeah, and I'll be making some more solo videos, and I'm going to be going on Walking Keys show pretty soon. Because, if he's going to steal all of our viewers, I might as well just go join his show.
Uh,
Just because he invited me on. Other than that, guys, the hippos, we didn't talk about the hippos tonight. They are good. They're just not. They're good, and you'll see it, but we'll have to cover that on another day.
yeah. Now we'll have a list for a while, something to do on those Tuesdays.
All right, guys. Goodbye.